All right, your next comic coming to the stage. You're going to love her and see why we do too. Very hilarious, very talented. Give it up for Tina.
Hello, everyone. Good to see you. I know what you're all thinking. I look like I'm from a European country, but not one of the rich ones. I'm Romanian. I came here with my family when I was 7 years old. And like many of the left-leaning white people that I grew up with, I have a pretty healthy dose of white guilt. And lately, though, it's been hard to pinpoint exactly what I should be feeling guilty about. Because the British, the French, the Dutch, they're all pretty prolific at colonizing. But Romanians, I don't know, I looked it up recently and they couldn't even colonize cabbage rolls. Every Eastern European country has their own version. But I think that's why Romanian parents are so hard on their kids to compensate. Romania got taken over by Soviet communism in the 20th century, and as a country, they just didn't get to overachieve. Meanwhile, I had to overachieve growing up just to survive in my own family. I was always doing this mental arithmetic to try to figure out why certain weird things are happening, like why is my dad already trying to teach physics to my sister, who's only 3 years old? Or why is mom in the kitchen yelling at the chicken stew? Or why is there a bowl of chocolates out on the dining room table all the time when we're just calling each other fat constantly? Yeah, it was tough growing up in that household. When I was 10 years old, we lived in a 2-bedroom apartment near Kennedy Station. It was my parents, my sister, my grandfather was there too. It was really busy, pretty chaotic, but also sometimes fun. I mostly tried to stay out of trouble. I was a good kid, but I didn't like a lot of things like doing chores, like most kids. And one day I was in the kitchen trying to get a snack, and my mom was washing dishes very angrily, probably still mad about something that chicken stew had said to her. And she looks at me and asks me if I could help with the dishes. And I hummed and I hawed and I said, I don't really want to. Well, she didn't look too pleased about that, because the next words out of her mouth were, Vai, nu pot să cred, nu mă ajută nimeni pe aici. Uh-oh. She's speaking Romanian. That's how I know she's really mad. She had just said, wow, I can't believe nobody helps me at all around here. And of course, the guilt trip worked, as it usually does. So I responded back to her in Romanian, and I said, fine, I'll do it. But the next thing that happened was a little strange. She looked at me even more angrily, slapped me across the face, and said, I can't believe you would say that to me. 10-year-old me going, what the hell just happened? Time for some of that mental arithmetic again. So even though I had just learned English, I had realized there was a language mix-up. Because even though I had said, I'll do it in Romanian, this is what those words sound like. Fuck you. Yeah. So I looked at her and I said, Mom, I said, fuck you, not fuck you. Those are totally different. Well, I could see some clarity come across her face, maybe even a little remorse, but the only apology that I got was just being allowed to do the dishes. Yeah. Years later, I'm still overachieving, still doing mental arithmetic, this time in the workplace, just trying to do my job. And I've realized that there's this, well, you probably all have experienced it, this phenomenon of nudging, where you kindly or gently, continuously remind somebody to get you that report you need, or whatever else you need. You got to give them a good poke sometimes. And I realized that nudging in the workplace is a lot like edging in the bedroom. I'm constantly just trying to move things along, but in the end, I'm never going to finish. The other day, I needed a report from my colleague, and I sent him an email. So with nudging, there's like escalation involved, right? You send the first email. Hey, Rodney, winky face. Hope you'll have the report for me soon. No response. Gotta escalate. Second email. Hey, Rodney, I still don't have that report from you. You're such a bad boy. No response. So finally, third email, Rodney, I can't take it anymore. I need that report to slide into my inbox. But of course, in the end, I never got that report. But at least I can sell these emails as a screenplay to Pornhub. I'm sure that'll make my immigrant family proud. Thanks, everyone.
How you feel?